Good afternoon and welcome to Midday News on Global Television, live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Muyi Agumofwebe. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged Nigerians to have faith in God that the country will experience peace, stability, and prosperity. Speaking to reporters after observing the Eid al-Kabir prayers at Dodan Barracks praying ground, the president stressed the need for unity and cooperation, appealing to citizens to shun ethnic and religious rivalries. Prince Adegoke has details. The Eid prayer, which started at 9 a.m., was led by the Chief Imam of Lagos State, Sheikh Sulaiman Oluwatoyin Abu Nola. President Tinubu used the occasion to pray for Nigerian troops in the front line in the fight against insurgency, saying it is his earnest desire and that of the nation that they emerge victorious. He expressed hope that Nigeria will experience growth.
May our sacrifices turn to prosperity. We have to make the sacrifices, and that is clear, if we have to. But Allah will not give you a burden that you cannot carry. Will not. It's there for you. Have faith in the country. Have faith in yourself. Believing that you, as a citizen of this country, you must join hands. No religious identity, no tribal identity. Live with one another in joy and prosperity. It will come. Nigeria will see peace, stability, and God will grant peace to those of us who are in the war front. Will spare their life, will give them victory.
Speaking on behalf of Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat felicitated Muslims across Nigeria and in the state for the joy of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, urging them to unite behind President Tinubu in his determination to make the country better. The prayer was attended by the Chief of Staff to the President, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, former Governor of Lagos State and immediate past Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, among other notable government officials and top politicians. In commemoration of this year's Eid al-Adha, the Vice President Kashif Shettima has called on Nigerians to imbibe the virtues of sacrifice and forgiveness while praying for the unity and progress of the country. The Vice President made the call yesterday in a message to mark this year's celebrations. The VP had earlier observed the Eid prayers at the National Eid Ground in Abuja in company of Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas and Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin, among other faithful. The Vice President said this sacred day is an occasion to reflect on the mercy of Allah as revealed through the gracious blessings bestowed upon Prophet Abraham and his son, Prophet Ismail. Vice President Kashif Shettima has assured that prompt attention will be given by Tinubu administration to addressing the infrastructure deficits in the country. The Vice President gave the assurance when he paid Salah homage to the Sheikh of Borno, His Royal Highness Abubakar Ibn Gabai El Kanami in Maiduguri. Folonsho Adegoke has details. According to a report by the National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, Nigeria needs an investment of $2.3 trillion over the next 30 years to close its public infrastructure deficit. The Vice President stated that all the infrastructure challenges in the country would be addressed, including the Gamboru, Ngala, Dikwa, as well as Damboa roads in Borno State. In his remarks, the Governor of Borno State, Babangana Zulum, extolled the virtues of the Vice President as a man of the people and a grassroots politician, adding that the visits of the Vice President Shettima is of importance to Borno people, noting that it is homecoming for the nation's #2 man as it is his first visit after the presidential election. In his welcome address, the Sheikh of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Gambai El Kanami, who spoke in Kanuri, praised the Vice President as a worthy son of Borno State, saying the love the Vice President enjoyed reflected in the massive support they gave to him.
We wish him all the best. We pray for long life and prosperity. We wish Almighty Allah will guide him together, so that together with his boss, His Excellency Bola Tinubu, will take Nigeria to greater heights.
The Shehu solicited the support of Bola Tinubu administration to address the issue of bad roads and security challenges in the state and the country. He pledged the support of the people of the state to the administration. Chief of Defense Staff Major General Christopher Musa has felicitated troops of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and their families on the occasion of this year's Eid al-Kabir. In a statement signed by Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, Acting Director, Information Service, the CDS appreciated the selfless sacrifice, commitment, doggedness, and determination of the men and women in uniform towards dislodging existential threats to the unity, security, stability, and peace of the country. The defense chief said the symbolic values and virtues of unflinching faith and total sacrifice, which the Eid al-Kabir festival exemplifies, also hold true for the supreme sacrifices that the nation's courageous and patriotic soldiers continue to make in the face of challenges to the peace, unity, and sovereignty of the nation. Major General Musa assured of his unflinching support to officers and men of the armed forces as they continue to discharge their constitutional duties across the nation. Islamic clerics have advised Muslims to shun desperation but celebrate the festival within their means. The acting Imam of Ansaruddin, Abiodun Anofi, urged Muslims to seek Allah's pleasure with the resources available to them and not get themselves into a financial dilemma over Salah festivities. Sandra Akbar has more.
Eid Kabir is the festival of sacrifice, a prominent Islamic festival celebrated by Muslims all over the world, regardless of sect, Shia, Sunni, Sufism, to replicate the historic faithfulness and obedience of Prophet Ibrahim. Speaking to a cleric after the prayers in Abuja, the acting Imam of Ansaruddin warns Muslim faithful against borrowing for the Salah celebration, admonishing them to buy only what they can afford, considering the economic situation of the country.
Because slaughtering ram is not that it's a dole, that is, you have to do it. If you don't have the means or the ability to do it, you are exempted. But if you have the power, even if it is ordinary ram you have, please, if it is ordinary, very small ram you have, you do it. But what is important is don't go and borrow that you want to go and slaughter ram. Don't go and enter into a cooperative thing that we want to do ram. No. If you don't do this year, inshallah, may Allah spare our life to witness more years. You can do it other years. In fact, the economic situation in the country, though the thing does not go round, but yet some people still slaughter ram.
A prominent feature of the festival is the slaughtering of rams, which is in commemoration of Prophet Ibrahim's readiness to sacrifice his son Ismail in order to show his dedication to God. It also symbolizes faith, worship, patience, obedience, love, and the relevance of promise in Islam accompanied with anxiety. Only few people ponder the pristine relevance of the celebration.
The essence of ram is a symbol just to see that the Prophet Ibrahim, he fulfilled his promise with Almighty Allah. Despite the fact that it's just a dream that he had. He didn't say because he had a dream he will not fulfill. With the fear of Allah he has in him, he now want to do as Allah has commanded him. Now you see, what we want to drive there, 3 or 4 lessons. 1, the fear of Allah in whatever we do. Consciousness of God. Either when you are alone, Allah, God is with you because He is the one that created you. So, and that's what we are going to reflect when we are slaughtering the ram.
Alhamdulillah, we are witnessing another Eid al-Adha. The significance of this Salah is to show appreciation to Almighty Allah, and it's also a sign of obedience that we should all know that we belong to Allah, and to Allah we must return to. We should obey Him in and out. For if, the real significance is that Prophet Abraham was supposed to slaughter his son, but with the mercy of Almighty Allah, the son was replaced with a ram, and that's why you will see people with ram and all those stuff. It shows that Almighty Allah loves us so much. If not, in this generation, if you tell your firstborn, Almighty Allah asked me to slaughter you, all the children would have run from home 3-4 months before the Salah. So
during Eid, we usually slaughter the ram for all Muslims that can afford the ram, because it's sunnah for a Muslim that is capable and that can afford it to slaughter the ram. Although this year the ram is like a bit more expensive for some people, but then we still try our best to do whatever we can, and so basically.
The significance of this particular celebration, there are too many significance of this celebration to our contemporary day, both as an individual, as association, as society, as government. For government, the significance is that if you promise your people, do what you promise them.
Salah celebration is a sincere submission to the will of Allah. It is a time where Muslims give what they value the most for the sake of the most beneficent. Akpa Sandra reporting for Global TV.
Muslims across the country are participating in various activities to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration. In this special report, Atsesi Otung takes a look at the festivity associated with the commemoration and how residents in Abuja are celebrating the commemoration.
Muslims around the world are celebrating the festival of Eid al-Adha, also known as Eid al-Kabir. This annual celebration holds great significance in the Islamic calendar and brings communities together in acts of faith, compassion, and generosity. Eid al-Kabir marks the willingness of Ibrahim to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience to God. Muslims across the country are participating in various religious and relaxing activities to commemorate the significance of the day.
Eid al-Adha is one of the festivals Muslim celebrates that it has ordained as a prescribed by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The story behind it is one of the prophets of Allah, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasallam, when he was looking for the child, he was praying to Almighty Allah. He even make a vow that if Allah should give him a child, he's going to slaughter that child. Then when the child reached the age to do work, that is, he has reached his age of youth, Allah reminded him of the promise he made. Then when he's about doing the slaughtering, Allah now sent Angel Jibril to him. He has sharpened the knife. He wanted to do it. Allah sent Angel Jibril immediately. Don't allow him to do it. I now replaced it with a ram.
On this day, Muslims have gathered in mosques and prayer grounds for special Eid prayers and sermons, seeking divine blessings and guidance. These prayers are followed by the exchange of warm greetings and well wishes among friends, families, and neighbors.
We have observed the Eid prayer, and as usual, our Imam always give us message about love, the importance of love within ourselves. We are on our way for a visitation.
The sermon today is about love. You should love each another. When you slaughter the ram, you should divide 3. One you keep for yourself, one is for your fellow Muslim brothers, then the other one for your Christians.
In the FCT, some Muslim faithful could be seen hanging out in parks with family and basically sharing the joy of the season. Though the turnout in numbers was quite low, which some attributed to the economic situation, they all agreed that the economic notwithstanding, it is a time to thank Allah for being alive.
It's the hard condition that we are inside. Each and every one of us know the kind of condition where we are inside. If you mean now, if it's not that for me just to make my children happy, but to be honest with you, life is not more easy again. No matter how condition this is, you should remember that God is aware. Secondly, I'm just calling our Muslim brother and the Christians. We should be always, each and every time we pray, we should always remember the country.
Children were not left out in the celebration, as the Eid sermon encouraged them to show love to friends and neighbors.
They teach us how to share love with your friend, don't be fighting, and take care of yourself and your friends.
Though the economy might not seem favorable to some, but Muslim faithfuls must still celebrate and thank Allah for bringing them this far. I am Tessie Otung, reporting for Global TV.
Thank you, Theresa. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Hassan Abubakar, and the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Taoreed Lagbaja, have urged troops at the various theaters of operations to work in synergy with other security agencies. They appreciated the troops and their families, particularly the dead and the wounded, for their sacrifices toward ensuring peace and security in the country. The service chief spoke at the combined Eid al-Kabir celebration held for the troops in Maiduguri. In a statement by the spokesperson for the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Ayodele Famuyiwa, said the Abubakar attributed the recent operational successes to the combined efforts of the Air Force and Land Forces, urging them to do more. Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, has announced the promotion of at least 7,000 officers nationwide. The acting spokesperson for the NIS, Kenneth Kure, said this in a statement. Kure, who was also elevated to the rank of Assistant Comptroller, revealed that the promoted officers and men included senior officers who sat for the regular examinations and junior officers who were upgraded due to acquisition of additional qualifications. The Acting Comptroller General of Immigration, Wuraola Adekboju, also approved the appointment of the immediate past NIS spokesman, Tony Akuneme, as FCT Command Comptroller. 12 controllers were recently redeployed to different states, including the FCT, Kano, Jigawa, Ondo, Ogun, and Mufum Border Control, among others. You're watching the live broadcast of the Mayday News, coming to you on StarTimes Channel 276 from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Do well to follow us across all of our social media platforms. The handle is at Global TV NG. And when the Midday News returns, oil marketers have projected fuel price for liter that is above 700 naira. We'll be back with these and more stories for you shortly. Right after this break, do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, says it is awaiting the approval of President Bola Tinubu before a new tariff regime is made public. The review of the multi-year tariff order, also called MYTO, which happens twice a year, is expected to lead to a rare increase following the devaluation of the naira and flotation of the country's currency. The electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, have said the upward tariff review would encourage investment, leading to the supply of additional power to consumers. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, said the implementation of the nation's Electricity Act would also enhance because of the tariff. President of the Nigerian Consumer Protection Network, Mr. Kunle Olubio, said that much value has not been given to consumers despite several past tariff reviews. He said more investment should be channeled into the capacity expansion of critical power grid infrastructure and infrastructure network improvements in order to upscale efficient service delivery, quality of supply, and customer satisfaction in the post-privatized Nigerian power sector. Oil marketers have projected that the pump price of petrol could rise above 700 naira per litre in northern Nigeria starting from July. Mike Osatuyi, National Controller, Operations Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, said prices could rise to above 700 naira in the north once independent marketers begin imports in products from July. The downstream sector currently awaits fresh petroleum products as the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, continues to license operators willing to get involved in the importation business. The Executive Secretary, Depot and Petroleum Product Marketers Association of Nigeria, Olufemi Adewale, says the NMDPRA was currently licensing more importers. He said arrangements were on full speed for fresh products from July, adding the prices of products would depend on market fundamentals. The federal government has met with officials of deposit money banks and other related institutions in Abuja to strategize on the production of functional 3-in-1 identity cards for older citizens in the country. The Director General, National Senior Citizens Center, Omokao, said the initiative would improve the quality of life for older persons across Nigeria in various ways. Omokao called for public-private partnerships in the production of the ID card, saying the National Senior Citizens Center's vision is a multi-purpose card that would serve as a vehicle for financial inclusion, favorable economic and social enterprise empowerment instruments, and access to age-friendly physical environment outcomes for Nigeria's senior citizens, a population the center says are most left behind. As we turn to sport now, and on a very sad note, former Nigerian boxer Jeremiah Jerry Okorodudu has died at a private hospital in Lawandin, Lagos, on Wednesday night after battling with foot ulcer that left him bedridden for weeks. Okorodudu's wife, Adenike, confirmed the news of his death. Adenike said the hospital was not willing to release her husband's corpse until the outstanding 600,000 medical bill is cleared. He was aged 64. It was earlier several transfers from different